Alright, today I just want to talk to you a little bit about a low-cost option for fresh baked bread. You can buy these dough balls right here from Sam's Club. You get about 20 dough balls for $16. They make about, that one right there will probably make about half a sheet pan of a flatbread, or about 2 French rolls that are probably, or French baguettes that are probably about 18 inches long. Yeah, the cost on this is, if you have a small kitchen like mine and you need some bread or some dough that will be bread that'll be versatile to different breads and different styles, this works out good for you. And if you don't have that much room in your freezer, like I don't, this is a good option. You can buy some bread and buy some dough balls and switch it up. You can just make different things. And the reason you would want to do that is because if you purchase bread, it's obviously going to be a higher cost, but it takes up a whole lot more room in your freezer than these dough balls would. So there's not too much, I don't think there's too much time involved in them. You lay them out on a sheet tray. It takes about 3/4 of a day to a day for them to defrost and start spreading out. You can set them on a sheet tray the night before, come in the next morning and start shaping them, letting them rise again. And I have the warmer off, but it's kind of warm in there, so I put my dough balls in there and I spread them out. So each one of these is dough balls. This is a full sheet tray. I'm probably going to mash them out again. So it'll be 2 dough balls to a sheet tray. And I'm probably going to dimple them down, mash them out again. It'll probably rise, when I put it in the oven, it'll probably rise back up to about an inch, inch and a half, because I'm just going to use them as a seasoned flatbread. And I'll come back and show you how I butter and season the top of them and bake them off. Okay, I got my bread out of the warmer where I just had it sitting and proofing, and I got the dough dimpled out, kind of squished out. I wanted kind of like a flatbread style with a focaccia dimple on top. And for the top, I just sprinkled salt, garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning, because we're having an Italian flatbread sandwich tomorrow. So it's going to have like salami and pepperoni and ham, stuff like that on it. So that's the kind of style I want. So yeah, got my dough balls flattened out. We're going to put them in the oven at 350. They take about 15 to 20 minutes to cook, and you can actually temp your bread to check to see if it's at least 180. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in the oven. I'm going to run them at convection, like I said, at 350. And I'll come back and we'll see what they look like. Okay, here's a bread that I tried earlier. This is just a tester to try the dough out. And then I realized I wanted the dough or the bread to be even a little bit flatter. So, but each one of these loaves of bread is half a dough ball, and that's about the size and look. And I should say too that on the other bread as well as this one, I coated it with. That's what the bottom looks like, nice and brown and crusty. I coated it with, a little butter and olive oil on the top before I sprinkled that seasoning on. As you can see, the bread's real soft, has a nice texture and crumb. But yeah, super soft. And so, yeah, this bread was actually pretty delicious, and I'll probably use it starting out tomorrow, and then finish up with the ones that I have in the oven. I wanted to add one more thing before we go. When you go get these dough balls from Sam's Club, you need to go to the snack bar and ask for them. They keep them in the freezer back there. Like I said, 20 dough balls. I think the ounce is 24 ounce dough balls. Comes in a case. At my Sam's Club, it was $15.77 plus tax. I think it's a good alternative to making whatever kind of style or bread you want. And if you check one of my earlier posts, I did par-baked crust for pizza at a men's retreat. That worked out well. I got 2 half-sheet size crust, thin crusts, par-baked per dough ball. Alright, let's look and see how the bottom of this looks. See if it toasted up nice. Yeah, not too bad. It might get a bubble or 2 in the bottom of it. Let's look at this one down here. Oh yeah, not too bad. That one worked out even better. Might have to start checking my oven for some hot spots. I notice this side is kind of dark and that's light. But anyway, one other tip is you can use this dough. It's not a sweet dough, but you can use this dough for cinnamon rolls. If you use a butter, cinnamon, brown sugar mix, roll it up in between, cut them, let them rise, and bake them back off. And you're going to put glaze on top of it anyway, or a cream cheese kind of glaze, or a regular glaze, or use powdered sugar with orange juice for kind of an orange glaze. You know, that's enough sweetness. You don't really need to put added sugar in the dough. It'll be an excellent cinnamon roll. And I also did the same thing at the men's retreat that morning. Alright, hopefully I gave you a few good ideas, and if you have any more questions or tips that you can share to make things easier or have a little bit more versatility in the kitchen when you got a small kitchen and you're cooking for a lot of people, please leave a comment. Thank you.